Thursday morning, and we are in the studios of KQCK in the Santan Valley, and this is CAC Live. Tom Di Camillo, Joe Carrero, and Joe, it's a little warmer out than we would expect at this time of the year.
It's 99.3 right now, so it's probably going to be 105 today.
105 today? Well, the pool's heating up pretty quick, but CAC Live is brought to you every Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Arizona time, and we are going to continue on throughout the summer. And today, when you look at this time of the year, Joe, I know your kids are getting out of school. High school kids are getting out of school. The college kids are getting out of school. CAC has graduation tomorrow night at the Aravaipa campus, on Saturday morning at the Superstition Mountain campus, and then at Saturday evening at the Signal Peak campus. But we already start thinking about next year. And joining us today is Sherry Soria from Central Arizona Colleges. She oversees the Summer Bridge program, and also Diana Davis. And we both have, you guys have been on before, so welcome back to the studios.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So this is, it really doesn't end, does it, for you guys? You have one set of students going. Sherry's shaking her head. Is one set goes, the next step, students are coming. Talk about this program and what it means for the students and why you have to get ready so early for it.
Oh, well, Summer Bridge is a year-long planning process, and certainly right now we're sort of ramping up into high gear. Students are on their way out for the semester, but we are just on our way into programming for the August Bridge, 5 days of residential orientation to college. Definitely it is a monumental task, but it's something that's been going on here at CAC for 12 years now. This year will be year 12. And so there's a lot of history with Summer Bridge and a lot of great stories of student success.
Let's talk about what Summer Bridge is. Explain to those listening exactly what it is.
Summer Bridge is a 5-day residential orientation to college. We prepare students for success at CAC. We prepare them to graduate in a timely fashion, on time, at CAC and transfer on to university. How do we do that? We provide, I think one of the biggest helps, through the program is providing them social activities and social connections so that they can make it on campus. Coming onto campus as a new freshman can be daunting. It can be scary for a lot of incoming freshmen. And what we do is to try to help them to make that transition. Summer Bridge, we offer, of course, the 5-day residential orientation. It is offered at no charge to all eligible students.
That's amazing. No charge at all.
Amazing. And that is thanks to generous funding from Central Arizona College and through a grant from the U.S. Department of Education.
And the grant is pretty significant. I think it's like $1.5 million. Is that for the whole TRIO program?
Absolutely. That is for the whole TRIO program. It is for a period of 5 years. But certainly it's a substantial grant. And I can't say enough about the support that we also do receive for Summer Bridge through Central Arizona College, because CAC puts up funding as well to provide all of these services to students.
Now let's talk a little bit about the name Summer Bridge. Where did that come from? It seems to suggest a connection from high school to college, and is that really what it is? That
is exactly what it is, Tom. Summer Bridge is helping students, cross over that divide between high school and college. We know research tells us that students in their first year of college are most likely to drop out. That's sort of the danger time, and so in providing a Summer Bridge program, we help students to conquer those fears. We give them the skills to manage their time better, to be successful in their classes.
We've had Veronica Duran and Louis Sanchez on a couple of times throughout the year, and one of the themes that they talk about, and you hear this from professors that we've had on, is that success rate of keeping students in, that retention of getting through that first semester where they're comfortable and then they come back. Because you're right, you do lose a lot. That first semester is the biggest potential for losing students. And this Summer Bridge almost comes across as like a mini semester to just break the ice for them.
Absolutely. It's a mini semester without the homework. That's the greatest thing. We put them through workshops on everything from time management to financial aid to even nutrition and wellness, because that is something that is a huge part of a freshman student coming onto campus. Whether you're living on campus or living off campus, with family, being well physically is also a part of completing your semester and being successful. So all kinds of different workshops and really motivating students to do their best and providing them with contacts. One of the things also with Trio Summer Bridge is that it doesn't just end with Summer Bridge. These students that come into Summer Bridge are then part of our program, which is Student Support Services. And if I could plug our website, it would be centralaz.edu/trio, centralaz.edu/TRIO. They become part of our program and part of our Trio family.
You're listening to CAC Live on KQCK in the Santan Valley, and I want to bring Diana in. Diana, what is your role with Summer Bridge and within Central Arizona College?
Well, I'm the academic advisor for TRIO, so I assist students with class selection, personal issues, just the array of issues that a college student would have. I do coordinate Summer Bridge, the majority of it, so I bring in facilitators for the workshops. I create the schedule, all those things. Coordinate with the rest of the Central Arizona College staff, everything that is required to put on Summer Bridge.
Take us through a little bit of like your planning process over the course of the year. What are some of the things that you need to do to get ready for that week? Because it's probably not that easy, because when you're planning an event and you know a group's coming in and it's an identified group, you could be it could be an athletic team. It could be a group of seniors that are coming in from, an RV park or something. But this, you're getting all different students from all different sort of high schools that have their own idiosyncrasies, their own personalities. So it probably does take a lot of planning and sort of forethought to lay out a whole week of activities.
It does. I see the biggest issue, which sounds silly, but food, the preparation, deciding the menus, res life, roommates, those kinds of things that can be tricky, especially when you say that there's students from all over. We get students from out of state, we get students from locally, from all over Arizona. So yes, that can take some time. Deciding what type of facilitators to bring in. Like Sherry said, we have financial aid, all those money management, financial literacy, all of that stuff. And we want to keep them entertained. We want to make sure that they get what they need from that week. And with that age group, they can get bored easily. So we want to be sure and be able to choose facilitators that will catch their attention, keep their attention during these workshops, because they are up from 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're up till we have activities up until 11 o'clock at night.
Wow. So they're going constantly.
They're going constantly, which, is good for that age group, but they do get tired. And so, and they stay up, I'm sure, socializing, even though we have lights
long after
out.
we go to bed.
Right. So we have a lights out hour, which is 11 o'clock in their, go to their room and wind down, but I'm sure they stay up talking to their roommates and those kinds of things. But we're up at 7, breakfast, and ready to go by 8 o'clock with workshops. So busy. Take
us through this. Will run August 11th through the 15th, and take us through that very first day that they come in. What do they experience when they walk in the door? What's the very first thing that happens?
Well, we have check-in. In the classroom in the Res Life towers, and so they come in with their parents. It's their first interaction with us in the college, so I think they're a little intimidated, scared. So that's our first interaction. We do the whole check-in. They get their room keys, they get their roommate, they get who their peer mentor is going to be, because we do provide a peer mentor to each student that goes through, and the peer mentor follows them through the whole first semester. So that's a second-year student at CAC that has actually already gone through their first year.
You're listening to CAC Live on KQCK in the Santan Valley. We're talking about Summer Bridge at Central Arizona College, and it's a program that really helps high school students transition into college at Central Arizona College. It's a week-long program that runs August 11th through the 15th. It's in its 12th year. It's a 5-day program. It's really a residential orientation for freshmen. And Sherry, when students kind of go through this program and then they get into the semester, what have you heard from them about their experience and how much it's helped them?
most students will tell us that Summer Bridge allowed them to feel comfortable with being on campus, allowed them to really know more about what to do when certain situations arise. I think what we see is many times students run into a roadblock, they don't know what to do, and they'll stop attending class, or something happens with financial aid and they just stop out. And Summer Bridge, students say that Summer Bridge gives them the tools. It empowers them to, that's probably my word, maybe not a student's word, but it gives them the tools to get beyond those roadblocks. And it also gives them the connections. One of the things that I find is very important is that, I think I said this, that students become trio students, they become part of our family. Meaning, when Summer Bridge is over, we are following up with these students. We are constantly, we get 3 progress reports from them every single semester. We are following up with them. Are you okay? How are you doing? We know them on campus. They walk around campus. We say hello to them, even if they don't want to say hello to us. We're with them. And so giving them the tools to make it through when they hit a roadblock, okay, what are we going to do now? Let's get around it.
Diana, your experience too, what have you heard from the students as they've moved on from the Summer Bridge and gotten into the classes at CAC?
Well, they mentioned how their first day of class, they feel so much more prepared than the other freshmen that did not go through the Summer Bridge program. I hear that every single semester. So, yes, they seem to be much more well prepared. They know where things are because we do, tours of the campus. We have a schedule, and their peer mentors go around campus finding their classes before they start, so they're not wandering the first day of school.
How important is that?
So,
people underestimate that you come onto a campus and you assume everybody knows where everything is, but for a freshman, the anxiety level must be through the roof just finding buildings.
Yes, and I think, as us being on the campus all the time, we don't think it's a very large campus, but to a lot of them, it's huge, especially if they come from a small high school. Then it's huge. So giving them those tools to start the day, that first day is huge. And that's the biggest thing that I hear from the students, the most frequent comment, I believe.
In your experience, what are the biggest challenges they face, like that first week of school? That you maybe I should phrase it like this: what do you think is what area do you think had the biggest impact during the Summer Bridge week that during that first week of class helps them? Because you kind of said that the students have said they feel much more prepared than the general student population. So what are what are the biggest things that impact them that make them feel that way?
I think that a huge part is our facilitators. We use a lot of our own faculty and administrators to facilitate the workshop. And so I think that connection with these people on campus, that they know that there's people on campus that are there to assist them, I think is huge. And connecting with those people and saying, okay, I actually know, and these people are here to help me. So I think that is huge. We do some financial literacy, financial aid, that's always a huge one. Can you think of anything else, Sherry? I'm going blank.
Well, I would say that we have a tremendous amount of support from our administrators as well. And students feel more connected to the administration at the college. Of course, our president, Dr. Doris Helmich, will speak at the opening ceremony. The closing ceremony, we always have an upper-level administrator speak. And it allows students see that they are valued. That they matter to not only us, the staff on the ground, but also our administration, and that is a very important partnership that we have.
Do you think that Central Arizona College, because of the type of institution it is, and most of the guests that have come in here tend to say this, but do you guys feel that it's such a family-oriented place that the Summer Bridge really lends itself to making these students so comfortable that that's a key factor in them staying?
Absolutely. The sense that they're leaving maybe their own family, but coming to a campus that values them as a member of our family as well, I think can't be overstated.
Do you get to look, Diana, when you see them that first day, do they have a sort of that glazed look over them? You're smiling, but they kind of that,
they do.
What do I do now?
Right. And, they're afraid that because they're coming from a high school that they know everyone and that they've been with the same people for 4 years, and now they have to meet new people. Some of the students know other students, but it's very, very daunting for them to come in. But I think as long as we make them feel welcome and we let their parents know that we're there to help them and, we'll take care of them during that time that they're there for Summer Bridge. And they get that experience to live on campus, which some of them have never done or been away from home. So that's a huge issue, too, is the students that have never been away from home. We have quite a few of them, especially when they're first generation low-income students. They've never been away from home, and so this is a transition for them.
When during that first week, you talked about the planning process and making sure. You talked about food, stuff we would have never even thought about. I wouldn't have thought about food, roommates. Do all that to be so that the focus stays on the programming and getting them comfortable? Because I can imagine if they come in and it's not well prepared, that all that extra stuff sort of kind of gets in the way of your message. And you guys are always very well prepared so that the students, can focus on what they need to do for that week.
Well, I think that anytime you bring between 40 and 60 incoming 18, 19-year-olds to campus, if you are not prepared, it could be total chaos. But we avoid that. It could be a rock concert. Right? It could be a rock. It could be a mosh pit. But we avoid the mosh pit. We definitely work at every step of the way. I mean, Diana was saying that they're up at 7. Breakfast is at 8. They're required to be at every single event throughout the 5 days, and it's definitely an organized, structured activity from morning until night. And of course, at night we do have lights out, and so. It's a structured sort of environment where students can feel comfortable, they can hang around with friends, they can make friends, but we also are providing a space where they're learning and they're growing within that structure.
Do you have students that have gone through the Summer Bridge program that come back and help you out as almost volunteers, interns, or more mentors, I guess is a better way?
We always do. Absolutely. Even during Summer Bridge, there will be Summer Bridge students this summer who are saying, hey, I want to be a peer mentor next year too. So that's really exciting. Diana, I don't know if you want to...
Yes. I mean, we have had students in the past that, that have gone on to the university or that are almost ready to graduate and come back and help us with the whole program because they had such a rewarding experience with it. So, yeah, we have plenty of students that come back and volunteer. So it's really great because I think it's a really important program, and I think they knew what the value of it for them, what that was. So yeah, we've had quite a few.
From an administrative standpoint from you guys, it's got to be a grueling week because you're there, you're smiling that it's a long week. Are you there? Are there people there on campus with them, or how does that work? You're nodding your heads.
We're there.
So you guys actually stay in the
we do.
housing?
We get to live as college students for 5 or 6 days.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're there, and this is something that we want to reassure parents as well. You're not sending your students to a free-for-all or your children to a free-for-all. They are coming into, again, structured activities, but we have not only ourselves, but we have another position called Bridge Mentors, and they're Bridge Assistants, and they are additional staff that stay in the dorms. We're with students, the 24 hours every day. We're there at breakfast, we're there all through the day, and then we stay overnight with them at night as well. We have our own rooms, and we know what they're doing, and we're doing rounds as well. We walk around the dorms, and it's a safe environment for students.
And Joe, did you get a question? Oh,
she asked a question, then she said right at the end, "Oh, they just answered my question." So
well, repeat the question so that we can make sure in case the listeners.
Well, she was just saying that her daughter was very introverted and by herself, didn't know anyone, and was concerned about her being alone there. So apparently she was asking at the same time you were talking about it.
Well, that's great, and that's to reassure that there are people all around, from college administrators to other students, around throughout the entire week. You talked about some of the social activities. Can you describe specifically some of the activities? I mean, I know CAC's got a pool, CAC's got a theater, there's a green. I mean, it's probably a variety of activities that you guys do.
Yes, we have 2 pool parties in the evening, so different activities. We have one of the assistant basketball coaches that assists us during Summer Bridge. He has for quite a while now. So he puts together some activities for them. So they have lots of fun with that because it's hot. It's August, and so students really enjoy that. We have a movie night. We do certain things like that. They have game night, socialization, because a lot of the students, the feedback we've received is they want to interact with the other students that are participating in Summer Bridge. So we want to give them that opportunity as well, because, like I said, the days are filled with workshops where we want them to be paying attention and learning and not socializing so much. So we give them that evening to do that. This year we'll probably have something called Minute to Win It. We have one of the students that peer mentors that's organizing it, so that should be interesting as well. So something new.
Do you use a lot of the facilities throughout the campus to do the activities?
Yes, the gym. We use the gym, the pool, the green, but we mainly use the classroom in Res Life to do a lot of our activities. So.
Where do you do the movie night at?
In the classroom Res Life.
Classroom.
Yeah, we didn't have the pence at that point, so I don't know. That might
That's
be
a great
an option.
idea.
Yes.
I know last year we did a movie with Jaws at the pool. It was a movie night for the community,
Right.
and it was Jaws that we showed. There's some movies, and it
that's
was in
fun.
the pool. I think that was a big hit last summer. So
You probably stay away from
Nice.
films like
Nice.
Animal House, stuff like that.
You stay away from those. Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Talk about the workshops describe some of the workshops that you're preparing for the students.
Sure. One that everyone is always interested in is the financial aid and scholarships. We actually bring in a writing tutor for the first half of the workshop, and that writing tutor will assist students in creating that scholarship essay. Many of these students will come in having never written, having no idea how to write a scholarship essay, and we write one through Summer Bridge and through a follow-up class that they take after Bridge. They end up coming out with a scholarship letter that they can use to apply for different scholarships. And then we have our assistant director has always been kind enough to come in and give them the breakdown of financial aid, the dates, the deadlines, what you need to do if you're having problems, who to talk to. And again, I think the one thing that cannot be emphasized enough is the fact that we are giving students the tools, the connections on campus. So you have a problem, well, guess what? Now you just sat through a workshop with the assistant director of financial aid, and this might be a good person for you to get to know. Having those connections on campus can make the difference between staying or leaving, really, when it comes to running into a problem or some, if you have an issue, it's great to have those connections.
When you look at this year, and like we said, we had Veronica on last week, and we're talking about the purge and about on-time registration, and it is a culture shift that's going on at CAC when people are registering, probably a little bit more in line how most colleges and universities do it with deadlines. But I'm sure that's having an impact on your program, because that is a change from what even the peer mentors went through the year before.
It is a huge change for students, and I think it's an extremely positive change for CAC across the board. And one thing, our students, they come into Bridge, they're already registered because we have been checking their schedules before they even set foot on campus. So that is one thing that's nice. I mean, you're going to have us following up on how are you doing in classes? Are you registered for that semester? And it's definitely something that we're getting the word out to students. Make sure that you're on top of this. I believe it's a very positive change and has affected what we do, but our students are going to be registered already.
Does it have a long-term effect, the Summer Bridge, in terms of success is there any way to measure if they've graduated or gone on to 4 years, or is there, you're shaking your heads, because I know community college is hard to measure that stuff sometimes, because somebody will come for a year, then go on to a university, or they move, so talk about that a little bit. What do you see down the line as a student goes through?
Absolutely. There is, in fact, a causative effect from participating in Summer Bridge and leading to graduation. Our graduation rates are higher than the average than CAC averages, and TRIO is a very long-standing program with a lot of a very long track record of success. And absolutely, we report to the Department of Education within our program. We are grant funded, so of course we report to the Department of Education each and every year, and we make our objectives each and every year on graduation and transfer.
Yeah.
So that is we do. There is absolutely a lot of reporting and statistics that go into what we do. It's not just Summer Bridge and programming and having fun and socializing. At the pool, watching movies. There's a whole backside of reporting that goes into it.
You probably look at that, so people that are listening, when you talk about doing these activities of pools and those kind of things, what that really does is break the ice for the students so that they can focus on the important messages that go on throughout the day, which is really the crux of what that's all about. You kind of get them in, make them comfortable, make the environment comfortable, and now it's a better learning environment for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Let's talk a little bit about one of the things that I was wondering about, and it was a note that you sent me, Sherry, is people don't think about, is that it's an opportunity for these students to make friends before they get there. So that must really help, because when you have somebody you know on a campus and now you start school, you have somebody that you can sort of go to. And I don't think you can sort of undervalue that.
No, and what we see is that the majority of students, the friends that they make during Bridge are friends that they have through graduation.
Right.
And I think that's something special about what we do.
Right. I think so too.
Now, Diana, talk. The one thing to stress to parents is that when students come here, jokingly, it's not a free for all, but they're subject to the rules and regulations of the college. They're young adults, so everything is on the table. This will impact how they move on for the future. It's not like you're just coming for a camp and they're young and they can goof off, and then if they get kicked out, this is a major impact on their life if they don't take this seriously.
Definitely.
Right, yes.
And
they have to follow the student code of conduct. I mean, they have to look at the catalog and make sure they're following all those rules. And we, again, like Sherry said, we do bed checks and rounds so that they are in line with what the rules are, because it could affect them if they decide to live on campus and they do something during summer bridge, then that could affect them later on.
And it's definitely it's a time where they can have some freedom, but also it's within structure. You know, there's
it's responsibility that comes with that freedom.
Right.
Absolutely.
Do a lot of the students that come to this program, do a majority of them, are they living in the residence halls during the year, or this is really open to commuter students to
Right.
kind of get used to it?
It varies
Depends,
every year,
yes.
but I would say it's probably a 50-50 or 60-40 mix, depending on the given year. We very frequently have a large number of students who will be living in Res Life. One of the beauties of this program is they actually get a free 2 days, if that's that's a great thing.
Or they get to move.
They get to
a week
move in
earlier.
a week early, really. So they
yeah.
participate in Bridge. They move in on Sunday. The next move-in, the actual move-in day for Res Halls, Residence Life, is on Saturday. So they're there a whole week early. They're like old pros by the time everyone else is just sort of trucking their things in. So
Let me jump in here for a minute. Amanda, you went through the program and you lived there, right?
I, however, did not live on campus.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did not get to participate in Summer Bridge, but I did get to become a part of Trio.
So you had a lot of friends that lived there, though, right?
Yeah, I did know quite a lot of people that lived on campus.
Did they really enjoy living there?
They did really enjoy living there, and I know that Summer Bridge really helped a lot of them get accustomed to living on campus, and so that really helped them as well.
Did they feel, do you think they felt when you guys decided you wanted to do something or go out, did you feel the curfews, or did you feel that your friends felt restricted by any of that stuff, or no?
Are you talking about during Summer Bridge or during, throughout the course of their...
During the
there?
Summer Bridge.
Yeah, during the program.
During Summer Bridge, I'm going to go ahead and pass that question on to Sherry, because I didn't get to participate in Summer Bridge, although I know people who did it, and so I don't really know much about
Sure.
it.
Why don't you introduce Amanda, because she didn't go through the Summer Bridge, as she said, but she's been part of your group and can talk about the student life there.
yeah, absolutely. And I want to add that we're here with Amanda Wilkins, who is a Trio graduate this May 2013. So congratulations,
Thank
Amanda.
you.
You're an absolute success story. Amanda was nominated as our most promising Trio graduate this year at our award ceremony. So congratulations.
Thanks.
The whole audience is clapping. That's great.
Yes. I think, Amanda, if you want to share some things about your experience with the Trio program and how it's helped you maybe in making decisions and moving on to university.
Of course. Well, like they mentioned earlier, the greatest thing about Trio is that it really helps you make connections to college. As an incoming freshman, it can be really intimidating and scary and confusing. And what Trio really helped me with was get accustomed to being a college student. And like Diana said, they do offer academic advising. That was really helpful to me personally. I was really confused about what I wanted to do, and fortunately Diana helped me decide on my major. And I'm happy to say that I'm graduating with my associates in elementary education. We'll continue on at NAU in the fall.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Some other benefits of TRIO are that they really help you with, like, I guess you get a lot of different experiences. I got to tour a couple different college, university campuses, actually, and that was with other TRIO students, so you get to make friends and doing stuff like that as well. And there's other opportunities throughout the semester. TRIO offers scholarships that you can apply for. And fortunately, I was a recipient of one of those for one semester, and that helped me with financial assistance. Something else that's also very, very beneficial of TRIO are that if Diana and Sherry don't have the answer to a question, they'll find somebody that can answer it for you. So really just helps you make connections and really feel comfortable with being a college student.
I do need to tell the audience we did not pay Amanda to be the spokesperson for CAC, but she did a terrific job. So how did you end up coming to CAC?
It's kind of a funny story, I guess. I did exceed all of my AIM scores in high school, and I was supposed to get a 4-year scholarship to a university. Unfortunately, some incidences happened in high school where my counselor wasn't able to follow through with my scholarship, and I got a letter in the mail receiving a scholarship to Central Arizona, so that's why I decided to go there. And I was really confused. I'm a first-generation college student. No one in my family has graduated from college, so I really didn't know the process and what I was supposed to do. And a friend I had, she's a couple years older than me, she actually participated in the TRIO program, and she kind of turned me on to that and introduced me to Sherry and Diana. And so I got into TRIO, and they just really helped me along.
Talk about, since you didn't go through the summer bridge program, talk about the first day that you came to CAC. Did it just seem overwhelming to you at first?
It was really scary. I think that participating in the summer bridge program would have really helped me. Unfortunately, I did miss that opportunity because I was a little late into registering for classes. But it was really nerve-wracking the first day on campus. I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know anybody. Like, it was a whole new experience. And so I would strongly encourage other students, new-coming freshmen, to participate in Summer Bridge because ultimately it will really help you, I think.
So talk about, from that point to now, when you go to the campus, your involvement. How did it help you be involved with TRIO and involved with Sherry and Diana and the group of students? How did that really help you get comfortable? Was that the most important thing, looking back, that you got comfortable and then you could kind of then, flourish in your classes?
Yeah, TRIO, honestly, I don't know where I would be without them because it was a really scary experience going into somewhere completely new, and really they just helped me make connections. I got to know the staff on campus, and anytime I would have a problem or a question, I knew I could go to Sherry or Diana and they could help me get through that, and I just can't say how thankful I am for them. When
the two of you hear the way Amanda's speaking, obviously I'm seeing smiles on your face, but it must be satisfying to know that you have an impact on a student like that.
Definitely, yes. That's why we do what we do.
That's why we do what we do. I mean, that's, when you say that you want to have a job where you get up out of bed every day wanting to go to work, I mean, this is why. Because, the impact that the program makes on students is fantastic.
Right. Yes, that's exactly why I do it, because of students like Amanda.
Amanda, was there a moment, and I'm going to ask you this question by prefacing a little bit. In my previous job, I worked in an athletic department, and I used to have freshmen come in, and it was like they were starry-eyed, and they had no idea what they wanted to do, where they were going, and they were work-study students for me. And we used to make them very comfortable that first semester, and you could see when they came back in January, it changed. You could see sort of that growth. And then when they came back they were adults, by the following September, I always joked with them and said, now you're adults, because they would just act totally different. But I'd ask them, was there a moment and during your freshman year where you kind of got it and you felt in the right place? Was there a moment this year or in your freshman year that you just kind of knew, yes, this is where I needed to be, and I'm comfortable here, and I'm getting the best educational experience I could get?
Yeah, actually, I did have a couple, maybe many, academic advising sessions with Diana, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do or what major I was going to choose. I have always been really good at science and math, and so I thought maybe that was something that I would pursue, but unfortunately I just wasn't really invested in it. And so Diana really helped me to decide to do what I thought would be right for me, despite if it would make a lot of money or not. And in saying that, I have decided to pursue elementary education. So I guess in one of the academic advising sessions I had with Diana, it was like kind of a progress report throughout the semester. She was asking how my classes were going, and that's when I really decided, like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to be okay.
Do you see that, Sherry, in a lot of students?
Oh,
you see that epiphany they have at some point?
I do, and in fact, we hope to see that epiphany. Right. That's what we aim for. We need to see that epiphany. That's what we're here for, is to help them make those types of decisions. Now, mind you, we don't make the decision for a student. We lead them on the path to figuring out, okay, I'm great at science and math, but my heart is really in education or helping people, or whatever that may be, or business. But that's what we're here for.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how you can apply for the Summer Bridge program. You're listening to CAC Live on KQCK in the Santan Valley.
Are you ready to start taking control of your future and maximize your earning potential? Central Arizona College has smaller class sizes and personalized attention to help you compete in today's tough job market. CAC now serves Santan Valley and Queen Creek. The CAC Santan Center is located in the shops at Copper Basin on Hunt Highway, behind Barrow's Pizza. Stop in and see how taking classes at CAC costs a fraction of a state university, and your credits can transfer. So, if you want to earn real money, you need to learn real skills at Central Arizona College. Enroll in classes today by calling 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu or call 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu. Central Arizona College, your way.
Are you experiencing computer problems? Is your computer running slow, bogged down with viruses and spyware? You need a reliable and knowledgeable, trustworthy computer service company. Contact Computers, Networks, and More, located in Santan Valley. Get your computer or laptop running in top condition by a certified technician with 20-plus years experience and beta tester from Microsoft. Computers, Networks, and More provides repairs and solutions to any computer-related issue, whether it's software, installation, troubleshooting, updates, or tune-ups. You can trust Computers, Networks, and More. Contact Jeff Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. to schedule an appointment. We can have you up and running quickly, usually within 48 hours. Located in Santan Valley. Computers, Networks, and More. We're here for you. Contact Jeff at 480-729-8899. That's 480-729-8899.
Our family pets are such a big part of our lives. That's why Kelly's Critter Clips of Queen Creek and Sun Lakes has been providing pet grooming services for over 10 years. Your dog's comfort is very important to us, so we take the time to treat your pet with care, love, and professional attention it deserves. We welcome any size and breed and feature shampoo and conditioning, styling, flea and tick dips, ear cleaning, nail trimming, and so many other services that will leave your pet looking good and smelling good and feeling great, all at an affordable price. Located in Queen Creek and Sun Lakes, call now for an appointment, 480-655-5066. Kelly's Critter Clips. When you visit Hill Family Dentistry in Santan Valley, dentist Dr. Tim Hill provides each patient with personalized, gentle care that you deserve. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you and your family with services that will make you smile. With a full range of general, cosmetic, and specialty dentistry services that will keep you and your family smiling. Our commitment to our community is to provide outstanding oral health. Hill Family Dentistry is located on 36359 Gansell Road in Santan Valley, diagonally across from Banner Ironwood Hospital. Evening and weekend appointments available. We accept most insurances and have in-office policies available for non-insured. Contact us today at 480-588-8127. Hill Family Dentistry.
As a small business owner, you need to make every dollar count. Phone services are the first indication of quality your customers see in your business.
Get all the latest features at a great monthly cost that can save you money and project your business as a professional entity.
Call Zentris Communications at 1-877-ZENTRIS. That's 1-877-936-8727.
That's 1-877-936-8727.
Got pain? Call Dr. Wayne. Chiropractic care may be your answer. Queen Creek Back Care. Located in Queen Creek on 20231 East Ocotillo Road on the backside of True Value Hardware Store. Safe, effective treatment with chiropractic and same-day appointments to speed your healing. With more than a decade of experience and hundreds of satisfied patients, Dr. Wayne Christensen will provide you the pain relief you've been searching for. Dr. Wayne is fully qualified to treat the entire family, even children. Call for an appointment today. 480-677-3900. That's 480-677-3900.
Are you having plumbing or septic problems? No worries. Call Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Been in the Valley since 1996. Family owned and operated. Proudly serving East Valley and surrounding areas. With a full range of services from drain cleaning, septic tank pumping, general maintenance and repairs, inspections for the sale of your home. They provide excellent and courteous service for all your plumbing and septic needs. We're not satisfied till you are satisfied. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Call today. Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Contact Denise at 480-987-8051. That's 480-987-8051.
You're listening to CAC Live on KQCK in the Santan Valley. Tom Di Camillo with Joe Carrero. And we are talking about the Summer Bridge program, which will take place August 11th through the 15th at the Central Arizona College's Signal Peak campus. And you get students, Sherry, that are at other locations that participate in this?
We do. The TRIO program, out of which Summer Bridge is run, it definitely is focused on the Signal Peak campus. However, Amanda Wilkins actually lives out here, Santan Valley, and we do have students from the Maricopa area who do want to participate in activities on the Signal Peak campus. So I would say while most of the activities in the TRIO program are focused out there, we do have students from around the area, the general Pinal County area.
Amanda, I know you're graduating, but how excited are you for some of maybe the students that you know that CAC is going to have a campus right here?
I think it's really exciting. It would have been great for it to be open just so I wouldn't have had to drive so far, but unfortunately I wouldn't have met Shuri or Diana if I didn't attend the Signal Peak campus.
Did you commute back and forth?
I did.
So it's but sometimes life takes you on a journey and you get to meet people and it's worth the ride. That's right. So let's talk about how people can apply for the program. Sherry, take us through the process if people are listening out there. And Joe, why don't you give out the phone number if anybody has any questions before we go off the air here?
480-745-1033, or you just jump on the chat and chat with us, and you can ask your questions there. And I think we ought to give Diana and Sherry an award. It sounds like they're fantastic here.
The KQCK award?
At least.
I know you're starting that.
But we'll work on that.
Go ahead, Sherry. Take people through the process.
Sure. Well, first, I'm just going to plug the website where they can get an application. It's www.centralaz.edu, so the college website /SummerBridge. And on that website, they'll find an application. Now, what are the requirements? Number one, anyone applying to this program must plan on graduating from CAC and transferring on to university. And that is a fundamental requirement of what we need from students. You must plan on going on to university. Beyond that, the program is open to recent high school graduates, meaning 2011, 2012, 2013 graduates. You must have graduated from high school or received your GED. That is a federal requirement for the grant and thus for the Summer Bridge participants as well. The program is open to students who come from first-generation and low-income backgrounds. We also encourage students with documented disabilities to apply for the program.
And what is there an age limit on students that, I mean, if a student graduates from high school and maybe they're 19, 20 years old, or, is there an age limit?
Well, there's not an age limit per se. What we hope that that listeners will understand is that this program, in general, it is a residential program with young students. So we're looking at residence halls with 18, 19, 17, 18,
and that's what it's geared toward, 18, 19-year-olds in that range.
It is. And so you'd have to think about, the comfort level of a person who, let's say, is 30, 35, 40.
Yeah, the program's not targeted for them. We have different programs for them.
We have many different resources on campus that are absolutely targeted to different age groups, and so we'd encourage them to look for those resources.
And CAC has a lot of resources to deal with the non-typical, non-traditional students. So there's a lot of opportunities that people can find. Is there a deadline to apply by?
We like to say as soon as possible. There are a limited number of spaces. Like I said, we only accept, we have an ideal number in mind, but we'll only accept between 40 and 60 applications for the program. So we encourage people, if you're interested, get that application in early.
And is it then first come, first served, basically?
It is. Yes. And, of course, they have to be eligible for the program, first come, first served. And we will bring all students in for an interview prior to the program, which is really a meet and greet, get to know Diana and I, make sure that you're prepared for the responsibilities of coming into Summer Bridge and becoming a TRIO participant.
I imagine it's important to convey to the people out there, families, if their children are wanting to apply, that because there's limited space, that if you're going to do this, commit to it. The worst thing to happen is that you plan this and you have people that don't show up, and it could have been given the opportunity to somebody else.
It is very disappointing when we have students apply, students who say, yes, absolutely, I'll be there, and then they do not show on move-in day. And it is disappointing because, yes, that is a spot for a program that is offered to students who, a student who really needed this opportunity could have participated. So we would encourage, absolutely, thank you, Tom, follow through with that application. It'll only benefit you. That'll only benefit the student.
Do you get a lot of no-shows? Or just a handful each year? I mean, that's typical that you would...
Yeah.
Right, it's typical.
One or two.
These types of programs.
Oh, that's not... One or two, that's not bad. I mean, out of 40 to 60 people, that's a pretty good return on investment there. But just when you do something and there's no cost to it for the individual, that's where people will sign up for things and then not show. And it's really important that this is laying the foundation for students, all students, for the future. So if you can't make it, if you're not sure, leave that opportunity for somebody else. There's a lot of opportunities to do some different things. Do the students get some kind of confirmation letter once they apply, or how does that work?
Yeah, that is a part of the process that Diana takes the lead on. Students will receive a confirmation letter from us, from Diana, and that letter requests that they send back a confirmation just saying, yes, definitely, students will receive an acceptance letter. And then we ask them that they return to us their letter of confirmation that they absolutely sign, that they plan on attending the program. So that is, and we keep those in a very organized sort of binder, and definitely it's something that we need to hear back from the student. Once we've accepted them, we need to hear from you and make sure that you say, yes, I will be there.
Are all the students from Pinell County, or from could be from anywhere?
All over, from California.
Wow.
To
Vegas,
Vegas,
East Coast, Chicago.
So it's open to anybody, any student from the United States to do this.
Of course,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's a terrific program. With this program, when you do a Summer Bridge program like this, what are some of the things that you do? You talked a little bit about it, but are there events or activities that you do throughout the year? I know you said you follow up on them and ask them how they're doing, if they're their academic side, but do you kind of plan activities to kind of continue that Summer Bridge throughout the year?
My goodness, Diana, what didn't we do this year?
I know, right?
We had over 25 different activities, workshops. This year was a banner year for TRIO at CAC. We went and saw Blue Man Group down in Tucson. We were at ASU Gamage. We went to all of the in-state universities.
So you go visit the universities to help them. So you're acting as another bridge to the four-year institutions.
Exactly. Right.
And every single thing we do is absolutely offered at no cost to TRIO participants. So it's something where you're getting involved in a program that's going to provide you social activities, is going to provide you the opportunity to go out, get out of Pinal County, see what's out there and available to you, and it's all offered at no charge.
No charge.
So these programs that you're doing, it's not just for the Summer Bridge students that went through that program. It's for all the TRIO students that have that opportunity. Did that help you, Amanda, make your decision on what four-year institution you wanted to attend?
It did. I got to tour the University of Arizona. It's a beautiful campus. There were also other opportunities to do other things, like I know they got to go to the zoo this year. There's just a lot of opportunities to meet people and to really see what's out there and help you decide what you want to do with your future.
And you said you're going where? NAU?
Yeah, I am going to NAU just for convenience. I'm doing their extended campus program, and Central Arizona actually has an extended NAU campus program.
So you'll still be going to the Signal Peak campus?
Unfortunately, I won't, but
you'll still have a tie to CAC some way. Those are great opportunities. This year coming forward, do you guys have activities already planned throughout the year? You're both smiling like you have. Do you have to top yourself each year? Do you feel like you have to do that?
Well, I think that depends on funds.
It depends on budget and funds. Everyone's probably aware of sequestration, and that will be affecting us a little bit this coming year, but that's okay. Diane and I are already on top of finding exciting, fun events for students that we can fit into this year's TRIO budget. And so, we're going to be working around those issues and
those funding issues. But yes, we have NAU coming up, I believe in September. We'll be taking a trip to NAU.
Yep.
So we'll spend the night, and then the next day we'll do the tour. So that's something a little bit different from previous years, because I would take them all in one day. We would leave at 5 o'clock in the morning and come back at like 6. So that's pretty hard. So that was difficult. So now we're changing the structure a little bit, but we will have that for sure. We've set that up.
I know the Lion King is coming to ASU Gamage, and so I am very interested to potentially take students there. We're hoping, but we definitely, we start planning now, and we'll be putting things on the calendar throughout the summer.
And we always have an open house as well. First
open house, award ceremonies,
a couple weeks of ceremony of the semester, so that helps students get to know each other at the beginning of the semester as well.
Yep. And of course our scholarship competitions.
It sounds like there's just a whole lot going on. By the way, I did see Lion King at Gamage, and it was terrific. I took my daughter and my wife to it, so it was I didn't expect it. I didn't expect what I saw there, so I won't give it away. But everybody, so just to go to that. So it just sounds like you guys have a tremendous amount going on, and I think the students and I know all the people at CAC appreciate the amount of time and effort that you put in, and we look forward to having you on again and bringing some more students back, talking about. Looks like, Joe, you got a call?
No, we got a question here from a chatter. Lori would like to know, what grade will Amanda be teaching?
I plan to teach either first or second grade, and eventually teach kindergarten.
I should introduce her to my wife, who spent her career teaching kindergarten and loves teaching kindergarten. So that's it's a challenge, but the ones that love it say it's really rewarding. So I think you'll have fun with it.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So the one thing she says is summers aren't completely off, but as a teacher, but you know what? It's a rewarding job to do. So for just want to recap for people, apply as soon as possible.
Yes.
Give out the website again.
Sure. It's centralaz.edu/summerbridge. So,
and that's where they can get the application right online?
Yeah. And if you'd like to learn more about TRIO, it would be centralaz.edu/TRIO, TRIO.
And Diana, I know you're looking forward to this summer bridge. Do you look forward to it? Like it actually happening after you put in all the work?
Yes, it's very rewarding. It's fun. It's exhausting week, but it's absolutely rewarding because you see all the students come in and how excited they are and see their fresh faces. So it's very rewarding.
You know what has to be? A lot of times with colleges and schools, you go through this whole year and there's a culmination of events at the end of the year, and it's a lot of planning. And then you go through it. It could be graduation, it could be field trips, whatever it is. So you get to the end and then it's done, and then school ends, you're exhausted, and you get that little bit of break. But for you guys, it's like the kickoff of everything. So you're shake.
Yeah, so
it's like
no
you go through
break.
that week of boot camp, and then
Right.
the semester starts that Monday.
Oh yeah, that you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
On the head.
So there's a lot of preparation and a lot of probably physical preparation and mental preparation going into it, but it's extremely rewarding. So, Sherry, thanks for joining us. Diana, we appreciate you joining us. Amanda, good luck at NAU.
Thank you.
And a great representative of Central Arizona College, and you're walking tomorrow night or Saturday night at the Signal Peak campus?
Yep, Saturday night
All
at
right, so
7.
we'll see you Saturday night at 7. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Angela Askey, the new director of marketing at Central Arizona College. We want to introduce her to the community and talk about some of the shows coming up. You're listening to CAC Live on KQCK in the Santan Valley.
Engine parts aren't the only things that wear out over time. Bending or reaching can leave you feeling like an old clunker. But joint pain doesn't have to slow you down. Schedule an appointment with the orthopedic specialists at Banner Ironwood Medical Center. You might just find there's a lot more mileage to be had in your knees, shoulders, elbows, or any part of your body that feels broken down. We have the specially trained staff, state-of-the-art technology, imaging, and physical therapy to get you back on the road. They're experts at diagnosing, treating, and rehabilitating joint injuries. Just call 480-394-4480 or visit bannerhealth.com/Ironwood. Banner Ironwood Medical Center is conveniently located on Ganzel Road, just south of Combs. See what a difference just a minor tune-up or a complete overhaul can do for your joint pain today by calling 480-394-4480 and get your joints back in the fast lane again. Are you ready to start taking control of your future and maximize your earning potential? Central Arizona College has smaller class sizes and personalized attention to help you compete in today's tough job market. CAC now serves Santan Valley and Queen Creek. The CAC Santan Center is located in the shops at Copper Basin on Hunt Highway, behind Barrow's Pizza. Stop in and see how taking classes at CAC costs a fraction of a state university, and your credits can transfer. So, if you want to earn real money, you need to learn real skills at Central Arizona College. Enroll in classes today by calling 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu or call 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu. Central Arizona College, your college, your way.
Welcome back to CAC Live. Tom Di Camillo and Joe Carrero. And we just want to take a few minutes to introduce Angela Askey. She's the new director of marketing at Central Arizona College. Angela, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Angela lives in the Queen Creek area. She's just come on board. Worked at Mesa Community College. Worked at Idaho State University.
Correct. I worked at Mesa Community College for the last year and a half prior to coming to Central Arizona College. And we moved to Arizona just a couple of years ago. And at the time when we were in Idaho, I worked for Idaho State University's College of Technology.
And you have a background, I know, in rodeo.
Well, I do. I have a degree in animal science and a master's of agriculture and a background in rodeo, and worked with the Idaho State University rodeo team.
And now do the marketing and PR thing, combining all that.
Yes.
Well, the reason I wanted to bring Angela in, I wanted to, Dan Bush was with us for a long time, and now we've had Dan on a number of times. He's moved over to, he's a full-time professor overseeing the EIT program, and Angela will be filling in for me periodically, and also Dara Tompkins has filled in periodically on the show. We wanted to introduce her to people, and Angela, just give me some of your observations as CAC. I know the first couple of months that you've been on, I know you're excited about the growth. It's probably, for building buildings, it's probably, I know for me, I've never experienced anything like that.
No, actually, I've been very impressed with the growth of Central Arizona College, and it's great that we have the two new campuses, full-service campuses that are opening this fall in Maricopa and then here in the Santan Valley as well. So it's a great opportunity to be able to serve the community members in those areas, as well as build on the opportunities that we have to serve Pinal County in general.
And then next week, you're going to host the show with Heather Moulton, who's a professor of English. So I know you're excited about that. To give you an opportunity to do that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that and getting to meet Heather and talking about all the opportunities that she has available for students as well.
And Heather's going to talk about the PTK program and the success this year. A couple of the students from the Phi Theta Kappa program just did outstanding this year, all Arizona academic. But one of the big things is Mayra Gutierrez, who's a resident of the Santan Valley, was a Geist White Award winner, $5,000 scholarship winner. All those students were promised for the future students, or a bunch of them were promised for the future students that won the all Arizona academic. So it'll be exciting, great to talk to Heather. We wanted to bring you in and introduce you to everyone, and just you'll be working with Joe next week. I'll be out of town. I'm actually going to the Grand Canyon for a couple days. I've never been, believe it or not. I've lived here 7 years, so my wife's been bugging me, and I'm like, okay, we'll take a couple days and go. So, well, great. We welcome aboard to CAC. You're doing a great job. Glad to have you on board.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So, and then for Angela and for Joe Carrero, I'm Tom Di Camillo. Next week will be Angela Askey and Heather Moulton on CAC Live on KQCK in the Santan Valley.
Got termites gnawing on your house? Do you have a pest problem?